DonInLondon, hello. It's January 13th, 2010. My video is all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour. And my addictive substance over the years was alcohol. Could have been anything. Alcohol seemed to be my favourite tipple. And it tipped me over in the end into all sorts of things. Not really where I wanted to be. And if it wasn't alcohol, I was probably cross-addicting, as is often said, into behaviour. And my behaviour would be work, relationships, collecting, materialism, needing the next right thing to make me feel right about me. And I never really understood what was going on. I was chasing something. And it's often said about other drugs, chasing the dragon and all sorts. It's all about trying to find that feeling of being okay. And that's what drink did in the early stages. It took the edge off, gave me conviviality, joyfulness, sadness, every feeling I needed. But it tended to be at extremes. To open me up to my feelings, I needed something to fix. And these days, the best fix I found is sober, living life as it is, trying to face reality on a daily basis, sometimes good, sometimes not good, and make the best of one can of 24 hours. So from being a convivial drinker to a dependent drinker to an addict. And it was a slow process for me, and for some people it's not a slow process, and the way addiction works in different people differs, but there is one similarity: once we start we cannot stop. So the only way for me to be safe in recovery is to say, yes, I am powerless over alcohol, and life is unmanageable if I were to go back to my addiction of choice, that's alcohol. And I need to watch out for the other cross addictions which can get out of hand, work, relationships, or anything where I go to excess. So there is something about balance in recovery, and it's probably something that most people, I am led to believe, have. So balance may be the key to accepting my life today. So I need to accept where life is, whether it's to the good or not good, and then get on. So what helps me with recovery? Family, friends, community got me into recovery. And what keeps me in recovery? Understanding my human condition on a daily basis. And for that I have family, friends and community, and above all a fellowship which really understands what is addiction. And that fellowship is full of, as I like to say, unique, authentic people with one similarity. That's a desire to be sober a day at a time. And that fellowship is Alcoholics Anonymous. And in the early days I was clueless about what life was about and how to be sober. And AA showed me the way, or rather the unique, authentic people inside it did, all with experience, strength and hope and wisdom of learning how to be sober one day at a time. So whether we're one day sober or an hour sober, we have a contribution to make because of our life experience. Or whether we're 20, 30, 40 years sober, and I'm nowhere near that. I'm just a youngster in the fellowship. And I hope I remain young at heart as well. Then I can keep on learning, and mistakes don't hurt me too much. I need to roll with the blows and go with the flow. So how does that happen? And it happens because AA is a fellowship, and it helps me. And there's a statement of intent which I share here, and then some of the literature. And this month, January, is all about the first step of action to change my attitude and behaviour toward me and my life, so I may be more able to cope with living. So the fellowship, what is it? Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution. Does not wish to engage in any controversy. Neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And for me in that, it's a fellowship. Unique, authentic people. Not special and different, just unique and authentic, finding their unique, authentic path. And each person's path doesn't lead to the same destination, each path is different. But we're not special and different people, we're just normal human beings making life work again, or living life again on a daily basis. So hopefully we have understood what made us fearful, what made us put on a brave face, what made us keep on covering up, suppressing the real us, the real me. And it took a long time to realise that the roots of all of this, does it matter? Well, it matters if you're interested about your own recovery and finding out where things started to go wrong and where things start to go right. So it's not a bleak story, because in everybody's life experience there is good and bad. So AA brings up, it highlights what keeps us going towards the good stuff and what keeps us in a place of understanding ourselves and the people around us, and how to fit in, how to be included, how to be loved, how to love back and do something useful. And I go to meetings as regularly as I can, mainly every day. And why do I go to meetings? Because I listen to other people's wisdom. I don't judge it, at least I hope I don't, but I do need to make a judgment about what is right for me, and that's the same judgment anybody makes about their life and their path. So AA is not about dogma, it's about sharing wisdom, learning about the similarities we have, and then how to live our lives, and to do it to the best of our ability, so we do have a life. And in the Daily Reflections book, which is the one I use here mainly, AA literature, 12 Steps of Action to Change Attitude and Behaviour, that's the AA program for the individual. And there are 12 traditions which hold the fellowship together, all about unity, service and recovery. But the 12 steps are about being open and honest and willing to change. And that's about personal growth. So step 1, powerless over alcohol and life unmanageable, can become, I don't need to think about alcohol as part of my regime. What I need to do is understand what I can do today and what I can't do today, and learn the wisdom to know the difference without getting upset, or no more upset than is normal. So for January 13th it says this: it doesn't happen overnight. We are not cured of alcoholism. What we really have is a daily reprieve contingent on the maintenance of our spiritual condition. And for many, the spiritual condition is seeing the truth of now. And as many people have commented, it's the ability to cope with life. So truth is our touchstone, hopefully, to spiritual understanding, to the spiritual moment of now. The most common alcoholic fantasy seems to be, if I just don't drink, everything will be all right. Some people interpret that it can be, don't drink and go to meetings, but it is more complicated. We have to listen, learn some wisdom. Once the fog has cleared for me, I saw for the first time the mess my life had become. I had family, work, financial and legal problems. I was hung up on old religious ideas. There were sides of my character to which I was inclined to stay blind, because they easily could have convinced me that I was hopeless and pushed me back toward escape again. The big book guided me in resolving all of my problems, but it didn't happen overnight, and certainly not automatically, with no effort on my part. Yeah, we have to put the effort in. I need always to recognise God's mercy, or that of good conscience, and truth, and blessings that shine through any problem I have to face. So if I can face the truth on a daily basis, I get my spiritual connection to now. And the most important part of understanding God is to build a relationship with everything around us. God is always there. God is truth. God is love. God works through people. So if I can listen to others, understand love and be loved, and just be a part of, I feel the path is certainly well worth it today. So the Serenity Prayer to God or good conscience, depending on your belief, and it is your belief which counts, or it won't work. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference is, for me, just for today.